What's going on, gamers? It's me and my beautiful face again. I wanted to do a little more talking today because I've been in the mood to just like talk about stuff. And you're gonna notice right above my shoulder here is a beautiful picture, and this is what I wanted to talk about today because there's been a lot of talk about these guys recently, a lot of whining and complaining. Meh, my structure deck isn't very good. These guys suck, man. Where's my infinite impermanence? Where's my lightning storm? Where's all my good reprints? Why do these decks suck? And man, shut up. Just please, just shut up. Like, I just, I, I just want to talk about the structure decks because like, there seems to be a lot of people complaining about them, and I don't know if it's the Yugi boomers, if it's these credit card rich meta mommies, monkeys, whatever you want to call them. Like, I don't know. And I don't know where people got the notion that structure decks were ever good or ever supposed to be good. Like, okay, maybe that's an argument that I'll even say. Maybe the whole fact that structure decks aren't good, maybe should be an argument that maybe Konami should just make structure decks good. But the point is what I'm getting at is people are complaining, well, we're not getting these reprints in it. We're not getting good cards in it. These decks aren't good. We can't play with these competitively. And structure decks were never meant to be played with competitively. They're a structure deck. They're meant to be a structure. Now, with Magic the Gathering, it's kind of the same thing. These things are meant to get newer players into the game by introducing them to some basic mechanics with some more of a basic setup to get them to understand the game, right? So, I guess maybe it's because I'm a Yugi boomer and I've never played a bunch competitively that I really care, but I have fun with these. I know I know. Sorry, I know it's crazy. I have fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh. It's crazy, man. But like, you ever played casually with these? Like for a second, just talk to those meta people out there that only play competitively. You ever just played casually with these? They're actually really fun to play with. So I just want to kind of, I know I kind of ramble and don't make a lot of points sometimes in my videos, and I kind of want to fix that, but at the same time, it's just who I am. But I want to just crush a couple of things today, or at least a couple of myths, or a couple of, like, just the negativity around all these structure decks that are coming out. Like, I'm actually going to go out and buy the structure, like the Obelisk and Slifer deck, because I've got people I can play casually with. I'm going to have a little bit of fun playing with them. And man, like, they're the Egyptian god stuff. It's fun to have even just a little bit of support for them. I know it's not, like, amazingly great. But yeah, so let's start talking about the first complaint that people have. Well, the deck isn't good. I can't do anything with it competitively. I can't bring it to the locals. Yeah, you never could. Name me one deck right now that I can go buy off the shelf, bring to my locals right now, and it's magically just good enough to start topping or start being good. None of them. None of them. Not one. Not one whatsoever. Okay? So, even if I look at, for example, I'm going to wait for this to load here. I'm going to switch over to the smaller version of my face in a second once my internet decides to want to work. Let's go. Here we go. The Shadow Structure deck. Easily my favorite one. This is the one that when I play casually, I just love dropping Din Winda and spanking everybody. But I'm not going to just take this deck immediately to my locals and play it. It's a structure deck. It's meant to be a structure or a foundation for a deck. It's meant to be like a foundation. But there's still lots of stuff that, like Pot of Avarice. Yeah, who's playing that in 2021 competitively? Nobody. Or at least, as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong here, like, nobody. Right? But it's got a few of the good core cards. You've got your Shadolf, Construct, your Apcalone, your Wit, your Winda. Oh, I love you, Winda. And, like, things like Super Poly and things like that. They're decent cards, right? You can build around that, and you can build kind of a somewhat half-decent deck that could probably go somewhere, right? But, these aren't meant to be easy $10 play and wins. Like, dude, come on. So that's the biggest thing. Wow, they're not good. I need decks to be good. Even one of the most commonly sought after, I shouldn't say sought after, but for newbies to get in and actually kind of play half competitively, the Dino deck. Oh wow, that loaded immediately. Like, people say, well, pull 3 of these together and you'll have a somewhat decent deck. It's still not that good. Like, yeah, you've got Oviraptor, you've got Miscellaneousaurus, You know, you've got Baby Sarasaurus, and like you've got a few of those good pieces for a Dino deck, like an actual meta Dino deck, right? Their pieces are there. That's pretty good, but it's still not there. You're still not built. Like nobody's playing Ojama Trio in 2021. I'm sorry, but like you know. So I think when you're trying to expect these decks to be good, I think you're missing the whole giant point of it. These decks were never good on their own. They're never meant to be good, right? I think they're meant to be a lot more casual, okay? And maybe it's not fair to the meta babies that need something that's a little more competitive. But then, how you're going to sell the rest of your booster sets and products if, well, I don't need to go buy this pack and booster box out here. I'll just go buy this deck, and that's all I need. That's not, like, super good for their business. And not to, you know, pretend like Konami's an angel here, but, like, come on, bro. And then you know, the next thing is, well, they were good years ago. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. I'm a boomer. I'm old as shit. I played with these decks in, like, 2005. I'm just gonna click here. They weren't good. Like that's a prime example here. Okay, yeah, they got a couple of staples in it, and like this deck isn't good. Like this has the base, and the thing is, by the way, just to preface this, but in 2005, Warriors were a huge strat. They were big in the meta in 2005 in GOAT. They were huge, right? It was a big thing. This deck was not good. Okay, this was the makings, like I've showed you, of a couple of of the good decks. You got some of the pieces, like you got your Command Knight, your Warrior Lady, your Captain, things like that. There were some good staples in here for 2005, right? It wasn't good. You would still have to get like 3 of these, smash them together, and then add pieces to it to make them good. That's kind of the whole point. But they allowed you to get into the game, and they allowed you to use some strategies, right? They allowed you to, basically, reinforcement of the army into Marauding Captain into like something else. So you can kind of get used to playing the game and getting the combos. And then if you wanted to make the deck better, you did. You went out, you bought packs, you bought stuff, and you added those to that deck to make them match and make them better, right? So no, that argument of they should be good, they were never good. Let's just throw that out the door. They were never built to be good. As a matter of fact, Team APS plays with these as a joke because they're not good, right? So yeah, so that's kind of that was one, that's kind of one giant argument. Number 2, well, we don't ever get good staple reprints. There's never good staple reprints in these. You never get good reprints. Where's my Lightning Storm? Have you really looked at any of the structure decks that have ever released in the last like 15 years? You rarely ever get good staple reprints. Okay, you got like what, 3 decent cards in this deck, maybe 4 if you want to count like, I don't know, MST or like. Those are your staples. That was what was good, right? Okay, maybe there's a couple more like Warrior Lady if you really want to play like a Warrior deck, but like you're not getting loaded with a bunch of good staples and reprints and things like that. I'm going to use, for example, Starter Deck Joey. This wasn't meta breaking. You know what the good card in this was? Scapegoat. Okay? Monster Reborn, Change of Heart. That's it. That's all you got for reprints in these. Like, actually, that's fresh, but you know what I mean? Like, or new cards or big meta cards. You don't get big stuff in these. They just don't happen. Like they're just not there. Like, if I look at this one here, like this is a fairly well-known-ish recent deck. Like, there's no staples. Stop putting your expectation that when a new one comes out, that you're immediately going to go and get Dragoon in a new deck because, well, Konami needs me to get one. They're just not gonna. The whole, and I know I'm repeating myself over and over again, but the whole point of these decks is just like, these are just supposed to be fun. Like, I actually like buying these and opening them up and just playing casually with them. Learn to just like things for once, man. Like this, if you want to go build a crazy high-end deck, okay, yes, I understand. Konami kind of should probably make these like a little more decent for stuff like that, but they're not. That's not the point. The point of these is to open them up, go find a friend, go find a person, go be social for once in your life, and go play, right? Like, nobody's expecting, like, Imperial Order Posterata to be, like, this huge, big card. It's not, but when you play casually, it's pretty fun just to drop one of these and be like, haha, got you, motherfucker. Like, I don't know, man. Like the starter decks haven't ever been good. Not even since 2002. Like there's not one that's been like crazy meta defining. You get like one or two good cards. That's what you're gonna get. Okay. The last big argument that I'm gonna stomp on top of that I have to laugh at every time is well, the OCG gets the big cards. Why does OCG get all this? Yada yada. Because Konami actually likes the OCG. They don't like us TCG players. That's unfortunately how it is, and how it's always been, and how it always probably will be. Is it fair? No. Is it okay? No. Should that be changed? Yes. Is it gonna? No. So, just do yourself a favor. Next time you hear that one of these is gonna come out and drop, right? Just take your expectations down here. Go and buy them. Go and buy them. But let's stop pretending that these are like ever were good or ever were like the makings of being good. They're structure decks. And the whole point of the structures are that you can use them as a structure, right? A foundation to build onto. Yes, I understand you need your new Dragoonity deck and all the things like that, but like I don't know, man. There's so much stuff that we get released a year. There's so many products, so many sets, so many reprints of so many cards, especially meta stuff, that like I think you're just complaining for the wrong reasons. And like I said, call me a boomer. Call me what you want. Call me a schmo. I'm just gonna keep buying these and having fun playing them. I'm having like I literally the other day I got to play like with Shadalls. I got to play like the Sacred Beast one. Have you guys actually played like and like okay, yes, they're bricky. Yes, they suck, but they're so fun to play when you just don't care. So fun. The other thing I just want to to keep a little bit relevant with in terms of the investing and stuff like that. I keep getting asked a lot, should I buy the new Egyptian God card deck and should I keep, should I invest into it and hold on to it for a long term? Yes and no. You're not going to get huge returns off of it, especially with newer product nowadays, right? It's, you're going to have to sit on it for a while. Like, if I look at even, let's go back to, like, I don't know, like this here. A Warriors Triumph first edition deck, $100, right? If you paid $10-15 for it, well, that's not a huge return on investment for 15 years. So no, I'm not going to tell you to try to sit on these. They don't tend to have a high tendency to get super expensive. I'm gonna second here. I'm gonna see if I can find it. You're gonna have to look at my face for a minute while I pretend that I know what I'm doing here. Let's see. I want to give you an idea. One of the ones that I bought, and this is, just to say, because first of all, the older ones, nostalgia, it makes a, it makes a difference, right? We've been talking about the age and nostalgia thing and whatever. If I look at, I just want to bring something up here, and I'm going to let this load. One of the decks that I bought, one of the last things that I bought, good God, I am not good at this. Bear with me. Hope you're having a nice day. Otherwise, yeah, hope you enjoyed my rambling for a while. Okay, it's not even on the market. What I was trying to bring up, I'll bring it back here to the screen for a second, was the 5Ds, the 2008 starter deck. Like, just thinking about, like, sitting on stuff for a long time and being like, alright, well, if I sit on it for a while, it should, get expensive. These aren't. Right? These are 13 years old. I think you can still buy a sealed one for, like, I don't know, not expensive. It's $50 maybe. Like, maybe. I'm trying to bring it up to get more accurate price here, but yeah, the other part of it, the whole investing thing is, no, they're not worth it terrible. I guess there's not really anything in the market right now, but at least for sealed. But yeah, no, these were never terribly expensive, right? Like even after time, 13 years, it's not like they're a huge thing. And this is like, for me, this is nostalgia for me, because this is like the last thing I would have bought before I was like, I'm too old for Yu-Gi-Oh! Bad idea, Jesse. But yeah, I wouldn't be just buying them and setting them either. Buy them, open them up, enjoy them. Enjoy the products, man. Like, I don't know. Anyways, we'll leave you at that. And as I always mention, have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Saturday, Monday, whatever day it is that you're watching this. Enjoy, boys. Have a good one.